Bowls at the club, bowls at the club, bowls at the club.
Play with the family, play with your friends. Bowls at the club, the fun never ends. No matter your age or what you're into, bowls at the club is the thing to do. No matter your skill or where you're at, it's a crazy good time and there's a fight.
Bowls at the club, bowls at the club, bowls at the club, bowls at the club. Club Dubbo, bowls at the club.
Well, we're back at the wonderful Club Dubbo, the home of the West Dubbo Roos, for round 5 of the 2024 Inland Petroleum City of Dubbo International Fours. It's Cabramatta up against Beresfield. David Govan, he's done pretty well. He's in the mix to get to the pointy end of at least one of the divisions. And they're up against one of the competition leaders in Adrian, Vidaic, James Reynolds, Nick Cahill and Carl Healey. David's got Dallas Crockett, Max Dettelbacher and Jeff Doyle as his team. Late change there after an unfortunate accident for one of their players. Brought Max into the team. Last bowl of the trial end. Now rolling down the green. And we're about to get underway with round 5. Dallas Crockett. He'll roll the jack to open proceedings. And our first bowl now on its way. Adrian Vidaic on the mat for Cabra. Adrian, physiotherapist. Opening bowl just a little long. I am told that this is probably the quickest of the 3 greens. It's a big shout out from Club Dubbo to the sponsors of this event. The main naming rights sponsor, Inland Petroleum, along with BCIB Insurance Brokers, MRH Disability Services and Western Plains Automotive. Good correction from Adrian. His first one was quite long. He's taken a good few metres off that one. So the late call up now on the mat. Max Dettelbacher. Just through a little bit. The incomparable James Reynolds now on the mat. Good opener from Jimmy. Just going to run through a little bit. Max just needs a tad more grass and a tad less weight from his opening effort. Slightly overcorrected, but it's a very good effort. I'll take that over correction any day. Jimmy needs to give it a little more air. Speed just a tad less. Well, Carlos will be happy that's finished there. It's matched the two Magpies bowls. Jeff Doyle now on the mat. Oh, very good bowl from Jeff. Got a touch up. So Nick Cahill. Jimmy's interested. Just run across a little bit. It's I think he's just fallen out of shot. So Jeff Doyle, very good starter for this game for Jeff. Just dropped his weight off for his second. Nick's also made that same mistake. Dropped a little bit of width off the delivery. Healey is probably one of the most analytical bowlers going around. Really studies the game, studies what his opponents do. Very astute, very deliberate in his approach. Dave Govan is the bowls coordinator at Beresfield. And that is an excellent opening bowl. He's using his old, looks like his old chocolate brown bowls. Carl's going a bit quick. Well, he's got the little glance and moved things around, but not got the shots out. He's got everything he didn't want. The Governor, he'll try and add another shot. And he's done just that. And Carl's going quick again, and he's straight through the hole. That'll be 3 shots to the Barrow team to open proceedings. Well, Dallas, pretty well pointed for his opening bowl. Adrian, he's got a good line with that one. It's ended up on the centre line, about a metre or more just past. Dallas, he's going to put a little bit on this. He'll be back matching Adrian. Might have got out just a little bit with this, but Carl's urging it in. He's got it out brilliantly. Didn't look happy with that delivery when he let it go, but got to be happy with that result. So, Max. Oh, that does look a very tight line on this green. He's got out to the first of the next centre lines, which I think you need to be out near the second one. Keep an eye and see the bowls that get out to the second centre line are going to be the ones that are close to the right line. Jimmy's out there. He's just got a little bit wide. He was just outside that centre line. Oh, Max, he's got a tight line again. This is in a very similar spot to his opening effort. Jimmy, he's tightened this up just a little bit. He's halfway between the two extra centre lines. Good correction, drawn the shot. Jeff Doyle. That's a pretty fair effort, this one. He's going to come right back to be just in behind the jack. It'll be a third shot. Just a reminder, if you're a New South Wales player and you wish to enter the state mixed pairs, you better do it today because entries close today. Jump on the Bowls New South Wales website. That's bowlsnsw.com.au. Point your mouse at events, state championships, state mixed pairs. Link to the entry portal on that page and all the details of the competition. 32 qualifiers will go off to Ballina next year in March for the state finals. 16 will be guaranteed, one from each region, and the other 16 places added based on the number of entries in each region. One weekend qualifying, 32 to go through the state. Carl's indicating back of the rink. Best backward and the tee would be ideal from what Carl seemed to indicate. He's gone through the gap, so he now owns the tee and best back. They're banking that if that second shot bowl is hit, it'll punch the shot bowl onto the jack and the jack will bounce off the black bowl out of bounds. Might see some weight from David. Well, that's his own bowl. He's punched right through. That one will finish right near the ditch. That may actually be closest to the tee now as well. It'll be close between Nick's bowl and one that's been promoted up, which is Jeff Doyle's. But Carl certainly owns the tee now. Just checking to see who has shot. Might need to get a message to Max. Need to get off the centre line on the bank as well.
Lunch tickets for the bar, Kent, and the umpires. Asparagus asked me for them. He said they haven't worked hard, but did they get them today? No one gets one either.
So Carl looking to draw a shot. Just ran through a little. Will be one to Carl Healey. Well, Matt's back. Jack's probably not quite to where Carl was indicating, but Dallas. He's got 2 metres to draw a shot here. Adrian a bit quick with his opening bowl. Dallas has played this one pretty well. He's got a toucher. Can't play it much better than that. Has dragged the jack across a foot or so, 30 centimetres off the centre line. A bit of a correction for Adrian to make. It's got out nice and wide. It's in behind. Carl's not going to be concerned if Adrian doesn't have shot. But, he'll be happy that Adrian is behind. James got a nice high line. Weight looks pretty decent. He's getting encouragement from Carl. Draws another toucher. Max Dettelbacher is well known in the Newcastle area for his voluntary work. Does a lot of work with the representative sides, being a manager, selector. Looking after them on tour. May have even been in the senior side in the last few years. Not quite sure. Oh, James, he just seems to have got a little bit high with this one. Well, it's not the width, actually, it's the speed. But come to a really good home. That's sitting just behind the Barrow Bowl. Does look like a little misty shower is actually passing over at the moment. Yeah, that or my glasses are foggy. Actually, I think it's my glasses are foggy. I better clean them. Oh, Nick, he's just dropped a little bit short with that one. Good line. Doesn't mean Jeff Doyle can play his forehand side. Couple of chances there, just over the draw. Little touch on the shot bowl. A little tickle of that jack around the corner to their own. Well, they're urging Nick to get right back to that yellow bowl. He's just gone past it. A bit disappointed. He's played it pretty well, though, right in the area. That opportunity still there for Jeff Doyle just to arrive with a draw shot. And he's got the arrive bit, just didn't quite hit the target. Perhaps a little bit quicker than they wanted, but they've now got a little collection of bowls off to that right-hand side. Does make Nick Cahill's bowl sitting in behind the jack to be in a good position. There's a race among the players who have a perfect record thus far to extend their margin. Best placed team after 6 rounds does win a minor premier's prize, I suppose you'd call it. They're all angling to get that little bonus. David Govan, well, he's just left that a little bit short. So Cahill. Big discussion about what value there is in shots. Can sit the nearest Beresfield bowl, turn it over once or twice and bring a couple of them in. Or just drift in and sit on the yellow to count. Can get a winner off that one as well, but he's just going to be outside. And good on Dallas. He's just said to Max, just move over a little bit. We're giving a great ad to the chemist outlet in Beresfield, but we might get the keyboard warriors excited if we stand in the centre. Well, David Govan, just under the line he needed. So it'll be one further shot to the Healey skipped quartet. $15 ends to be played. Jack to be respotted at sea if it goes out of bounds after being set in motion, or bounces over the ditch wall, or rebounds to a distance of less than 18 metres from the mat line. In other words, what normally would make an end dead through a jack being set in motion is not a dead end, but the jack respotted at the tee. A lot of people use the term no dead ends. I'm not a fan of saying that because there still is the possibility of a dead end in the comp. Just it comes about through other aspects of the laws other than the jack being set in motion through play. I know I'm being picky, but well, Dallas played okay so far. That one's just a little on the skinny side. I think so far the player of the game's been Jimmy Reynolds. We've played 3 ends, and on 2 of those, he's played an absolute bomb to get the shot. Dallas giving us a little more grass. Still going to cut. There is a bit of breeze blowing from that side of the green, which will make your bowl turn a little more. And that Jimmy Reynolds is playing. Wind will hold the bowl out a little. That's right to left as we look at the screen. Blowing from the ditch side towards the rink. enough conditions. There's only one or two jumpers out there, so certainly not cold. Prediction was for a mid-20s sort of day. Jimmy, good correction on his first. Well, Max just runs into Adrian's bowl. Nick's good line. Might even be shot, but just a little bit short. When he gets a little fleck, he'll run in. It's got a friendly rub. Just make it a little bit closer. Fairly loose head compared to what we've had so far. Nick looking for, a metre on his last effort. And that, pretty good correction. That's the shot. Doyle. Well, that's a fair crack. I think he might have just... Well, Carl, he had a great line. David Govan, he's got the shot with that one, I think. Carl might be tempted to play a little bit of weight up on his backhand side. Try and rip both of those bowls out. That's exactly what he's doing. And, well, he hit them both, but one of them's hung around. And Max says they got two. Well, interesting. Jeff says it's one. Dubbo, he's got a rinse and repeat to pick up a two, though. Maybe Max is counting David's bowl before he's delivered it. Oh, you see Max's reaction. It's not coming back quickly enough to count. He was urging it across. Be one shot to David Govan. Well, Carl Healey, he's not sure whether this is long enough. We'll get an umpire in to measure. So in the meantime, just a reminder that the Bowls New South Wales member conference is on Friday, 1st of November. Registration's now open. Special guest speaker, Steve Glasson, OAM. Mixed pairs qualifying entries closed today. Get your entries in. Well, that is just in. Oh, looks like I've got to go back to my inputs. Well, it's a good start from Adrian. That's probably his best bowl of the game so far. It's been a little bit on the long side so far. But what a reply from Dallas. Fantastic bowls. And that's actually a very good bowl from Adrian. It's just in behind. May not be shot, but it's every chance of being a shot with that bowl sitting right on the jack. And we do know that Carl Healey and Nick Cahill, very efficient attacking bowlers. So Max Dettelbacher. Would love to get down to the red and white bowls. Just flop in on the inside of those. Giving it a fair shake. Just going to slide past. Any contact on the shot bowl should be advantageous for Cabramatta. Jimmy Reynolds, he's not far away again. Just going to draw slightly underneath. Good second shot. Well, it's not a bad effort at all from Max. Carl's going to go put the roof on so that the walls can be built by himself and Nick. He wants Jimmy to draw to the tee. And that is a good, that's the entire length of the marked line. Difference in weight, good 5-6 metres even. And that's forced David Govan to rethink. He's got to now say, you get one to the tee. You got a bit of room to the tee, beat them to it. So if they do kill it, we get the shot. Nick's going to attack. Big smash on that jack. It'll go back to the tee. And it's Govan holding one now with the bowl that he got Jeff Doyle to play with his first of this end. Now if he can repeat, he'll be holding two. Well, it is good bowling. He's got two shots. Nick now wants to draw. Just going to slide past. Well, David Govan drawing for a third. He's just got a little bit of extra speedy on that. Go through to the ditch. Does leave Carl a little bit of room. If you're playing against Carl, you would expect him to draw at least second shot in this situation. Just falls off. I think that is second shot. I don't think it is the shot. And Jeff indicates one now. Govan can just sit that white bowl back and stay. He'll make three. Got a piece of the jack and pushed it behind his teammate's bowl. Just gives him better position. Plus he's got one directly behind the jack now. Don't think Carl can play any aggression towards that bowl. A chance you'd take your own out. No, Nick's trying to get him to do that. Come through, take out the shot bowl for And he's got it clean. That'll be one shot to Cabramatta. Great bowl from Cahill. You see that one? He's split the gap between the two front bowls and got the bowl clean. A little discussion about what length to play. Maybe a chance to now push the upcoming state events that we'll be live streaming here on the Bowls New South Wales YouTube and Facebook channels. 26th, 27th of October, we'll be at Yamba for their over 40 pairs state finals. And then 21, 22 November, the rookies pairs state finals, and 23, 24, the rookies singles state finals. And of course, the rookies will be played at the Hangar, the home of the Raymond Terrace Jets, Raymond Terrace Bowling Club, which has sort of become the spiritual home of the state finals of the rookies. Been there quite a number of years. Grateful for the wonderful support that the Terrace does give us for that event. Guaranteed to play all sessions on their 2 undercover greens. And the format of the rookies finals, 32 players and teams through. There will be 2 different sessions of sections. 1 to 4 on the Thursday and Saturday will begin early in the morning, and then 5 to 8 in the afternoon. They'll play their 3 round robin games back to back. It'll be a long day, then quarterfinal, semi-final, final on the second day of each event. So it does mean people either play from around 8:30, 8:45, or from around 2 to play their 3 sectional games back to back. That's the beauty of Raymond Terrace. The conditions don't change all that much, and you're under the cover. Under the lights, you can start a little early and you can finish a little late. All over by 2 on the Friday and in the pairs finals, and on the Sunday in the singles finals. Well, it's another good effort from Jimmy Reynolds. Dettelbacher, I don't know if he's quite given this the right width at the moment. Jimmy is looking for slightly tighter line, just a little more weight. Just overdone the tighter line. The weight's pretty good. So Max, this is a better line from him. A bit quick. Cahill be close with this one. Going to drag the jack and stay with it enough, I think. Well, he's on track here for a shot. He's just going to run through. So Nick Cahill, I think, has drawn shot here. Well, Nick sort of indicated the yellow one, so maybe they are one down. Carl to play first, of course, so... All right, Nick just sort of indicated that it is one shot. Carl, he's just got the outside of the yellow bowl and run past the head. This looks pretty well pointed. It just comes down to its speed. I think it's going to run, yeah, definitely a bit too quick. Carl, he's tightened the line up on this one. Just a little bit too much, actually. So another look to see who's got shot. Apologies for the little blank screen then. I just bumped the button. David Govan just trying to draw the shot. Got the run through. Just going to slide a little bit too far. Tape will come out. Old lie detector. Neither side team really was sure who had the shot. They suspected the blue bowl, and it is 1-2 Carl Healey's team. They get 4 all, 6 ends played. Well, we thought we'd have a close game, and that has eventuated so far. Adrian. Very much a pushing delivery. It's on a decent line. Just going to run past. Dallas is just a bit short and narrow. So Adrian needs just a fraction more grass, a couple of metres less speed. This looks to be a reasonable correction. Well, it's in the area at the moment. Still nearly a metre through the head. It's quite blustery. Above ground level. Can see the flag in the corner of the green fluttering, but nowhere near to the level that the flags at the top of the flagpole are moving. It might be just a little bit sheltered at ground level compared to 3 or 4 metres off the ground. Oh, Max just sent a little enthusiastically. Jimmy wants to drop by a metre to metre and a half off his previous bowl. He hasn't done it. He's replicated his opening effort. I think that breeze has just come up and affecting the bowls a little more than the players are expecting. Jeff Doyle. Not really sure whether it's Adrian's bowl or Dallas's, just out short on the right. That's holding at the moment. On screen, it certainly looks like Adrian's, and actually, live view probably is Adrian's at the back. I think it would only be the one. That may well have fallen in to be the shot now too. So Nick, a couple of metres through with his opening bowl. Well, Carl's watching this intently, finishing in. Might be close to have done enough. It was a cheeky little low five between the players. Carl might be a rather intense fellow in his approach to the game, but he does have that sense of humour, as you can see there, a little wry smile. But, it looks like a good bowl from Jeff Doyle. He's going to come in, get a little glance on the jack. Drop there. That one is definitely the shot. Well, the rink scoreboard says 5-5 after. Can't see the ends. Carl, well, I think he's drawn shot with that one. Well, players keeping an eye on this one. It's just going to slide a little too far, run out of steam. Carl running up into the head. If he turns his own, he's got a good result, but he's missed a lot. Chance for David Govan. Can confirm shot, just draw a tiny little toucher and make 2 or 3. I think he'd be happy to get 1. Very much a lunge off the mat. Everything's in motion. So it was 1 to Team Govan. Seven ends played. 6-5 to the Magpies at this stage. Dallas a bit wayward with his opening bowl. Adrian got the advantage. Good correction. Just out of the count, I think. Adrian doesn't need much difference to have an absolute cracker of a bowl. Just a fraction more grass. He's gone quite wide. It is racing down in. He'll be holding 2, or maybe. Max, oh, he's just chunked on the Cabramatta bowl. Yeah, good effort from Jimmy, just a little bit short. I think it's out of the count. Max will be looking to just a little bit of weight. Well, he wants that one to go sideways, he's not going to. Jimmy, a couple of feet on his last bowl would be ideal. And he's just going to slide past as well. That subtle little correction proving to be a little difficult to achieve. Jeff Doyle looking to draw a shot. It's going to be a little bit on the tight side. It's going to go underneath James's bowl. I thought he might have been going to run into it for a moment, but too narrow to do that. So Nick down on the mat. His first bowl of this 8th end. Giving it a nice wide line, which you need to do. Should run in quite nicely with the wind there. That is the shot. Very well bowled. Jeff, a little bit of width to correct with. Needs just a little more running as well. So I'll try to choke a little more quietly next time. It's a bit dry from talking for a couple of games straight. So Nick Cahill drew a shot with his last one, just looking to replicate that. There is a good path around the black bowl on the way in. Plenty of width on that side. The breeze will push them back in. A little less protected at that end of the green than this one, so more effect of the wind. And he's just snuck around the shortish bowl for a genius draw. We'll try that again. The replay of Nick's last bowl, just sneaking around the short Beresfield bowl to drop in for shot. David Govan, he's following down that hand. He might decide to play a little bit of reaching here under his own, looking for the shot bowls. He's just a bit too tight. That's Jimmy Reynolds' bowl. He's just going to chunk across. Carl will play the forehand. And that looks to me like he's going to go right to the back cover. What happens if he hits it and kills it? That one's the tee covered. Carl knows he's got last bowl. Just slide it down a little bit here. Does not want the red bowl. He's going to sneak around that. Oh, he just slid off the blue bowl. Backhand draw. Beat the yellow. So backhand draw for Carl. Just wants to sneak around Jimmy's bowl. Come in to count. Banged on the yellow. That's 2 shots more to Team Healey. So they'll go to the lead. 7-6. And we've played 8 ends. Oh, Adrian's opening bowl just a little bit stray. It's hiding behind Carl on camera. Good effort from Dallas, but a metre or so past on the sun line. Well, Adrian's corrected his weight. It's just a little bit wide still. That one's just about jack high. Dallas, drop anything from half a metre onwards will be a really good bowl. He's dropped a bit more, I think. Well, it's going to run on. It'll just about be the shot. It's still plenty of room. Jimmy Reynolds looking to backhand draw for a shot. He's getting applauded from Cahill there because that's come in nicely for the shot. So Max, one down. Just looking to forehand draw. Will slide through without any contact. James looking to beat his own, really. Played it reasonably well, just a bit on the wide side. Max, forehand. Sure, he's set it quite wide enough. Backhand draw for Nick. Do you think he's forgotten the speed on this? Well, Nick just wants to, a little about a metre or so on his previous bowl to get into the count. Decently well pointed. Healey saying two to the the Cabramatta team. Just drawn beautifully in there. Chance to take it in is that's well and truly narrow. Carlos just having a close look. I think it's a backhand draw down to his own 2 bowls. Yellow on the way in. He wants to avoid. Oh, I may have turned one in then. He's having a good look at it. Carl. Just to confirm their holding shot, little touch would be perfect. And Max has decided to stand on the centre line again. Can't see that from the side. Carl slid through the gap without getting any touch. David will have a look to see which one he thinks is shot. I think his better option is to play backhand, or his forehand, being left-hander, down away from the ditch side. You've got a couple of bowls to sit or your own to turn up. Just flop off those bowls, you'll be holding a couple. He is playing that side of the green with a little bit of a reach. May indicate that he thinks he's down. A little bit on the tight side, just depends on how he hits those bowls. Well, he's got the run away from them. So Nick will put the tape on. Not much in it. So it's 1 to Barrow. 7-7-9. the Cabramatta team currently holding at least one. A little bit of room available to draw, though. Nothing super close at the moment. Nick Cahill trying to remedy this. There's one coming in. He's playing the wider hand. That will drift across. I think he'll be in to count. Certain that there's two shots there with the two shorter bowls. Maybe even another two with Junior Reynolds bowls behind. But very difficult to tell with the angle of the camera behind the green. And Jeff, disappointed there, has not sent that one at all. The breeze has just come up, conditions got a little bit trickier. Nick Cahill adds another. Up to David Govan to try and rectify that. Max hasn't got the memo about where to stand. Well, he's made it worse. And well, we can sort of see now. Oh, Carl. If the red ones count, that one will be in as well. Not sure. David Govan. Nevertheless, he'll need to draw one here. He's maybe 2, 3 down. Possibly even one or two more. Looks to be on a decent line. Certainly, well, it's going to run. Well, I thought he was a good bowl then, but it just kept running on with that breeze. A chance for Carl to really hammer home the advantage he's got on this end so far. Just going to try and draw in another. I think there are at least 3, and there's another few at the back that there'll be discussions about whether they're in. Well, they've given that one a bit of an applause, so 3 at the front come out. And Adrian's decided to put the mat down. Oh, I think it was a big count. It was a 6. So they've been keeping it ever so tight. And the 10th end just left the door open, and the Cabramatta team has said thank you very much. We'll take that opportunity. We go from 7 all after 9 to 13-7 after 10. 5 ends remaining to be played in this game. 15 ends each game, 6 games. top 8 after that 6-game round robin. We'll go through to the top tier of playoff. 24 in total go through, 8 in each tier, the cup, the shield and the plate. Prize money, of course, goes up the higher you are playing. Important for Beresfield now. They need to win this end. It's just with 5 ends to go, they're 6 behind. The Cabramatta team will just about, or they'd be in a very dominant position. They pick up a multiple this end as well. But Dallas, Crockett, that's a great start when you're trying to recover from dropping a big count. Adrian, it looks to be on a little narrow line, a little bit short as well. Club Dubbo offers a big thank you to the partners for the City of Dubbo International Fours. Of course, there's Inland Petroleum, the naming rights sponsors, BCIB, Insurance Brokers, MRH, Disability Services, and Western Plains Automotive. Well, pretty well down from James Reynolds. Just going to slide past, so it's probably still 2 to Dallas Crockett. Max will play his forehand. Any movement of the jack then goes towards their own bowls, and he's also got the chance to just rest on that last James Reynolds bowl. Got it down pretty well too. Crunching on his own. Well, I think that'll count. Jimmy doesn't need all that much correction. Needs to get around that short bowl. He's going to be underneath, so I think that'll cut across. Max has just pulled that one across a little bit. Jimmy Reynolds' bowl on that draw forced a change of hands, and he's just not quite sent it out far enough. Might be a chance to play a little bit of a reaching shot here. That's, I think, what Carl's signalling to Nick Cahill. Get in there and bust that up. Easier to get rid of those 3 than to try and draw it. Going to get rid of one of them. Got one of his own at the back as well. His bowl's just stayed in bounds. So they do have the best back. That's off screen to the right. We just can't quite get that one in. Important bowl here for Jeff Doyle. Try and get another one in there. Just make that message to Cabramatta that they can't just pluck ours out. We'll still battle in and get more shots. And he's not too badly down. He's round that short red and white bowl. That'll be very close to being the shot. It is the shot. I suspect that having already had one little run at that, Carl will ask for another. He's going to go again. What's the edge? He's got rid of two of them. That's not a convincing way to do it, but has got a result. But that does give the opportunity for Barrow just to sit James Reynolds' bowls back and dominate the area. They'll have three at least. Wants the maroon bowl. He's got the edge and run away. So it is one. Watch Nick Cahill's run again. He wanted contact only on the three Barrow bowls, but he's just pushed a little wide. He's got the flick off Jamie Reynolds onto Jeff Doyle's. It's rolled one of Dallas Crockett's out as well to leave them one down. So Barrow holding one. Carl Healey now on the mat. Don't think we'll see Carl play any weight. He'll try and get into the head to count. Try and get the message out to Werner again. To Max. Well, he might have got the message. Do threaten the players that I'll say nasty things about them if they stand on the centre line. They realise I'm joking. So David Govan, if he gets a toucher on this, just drag that jack across to the right of screen. Could make a fortune, but he's drawn a second shot. Carl, 40 centimetres or so is the indication from Nick Cahill. Maybe a bit more. Almost looks like you'd be saying, is that going to come back? Here it comes though. Just put the spinnaker up and sail with that wind. It's got a little toucher. I think he stayed with it for one. Although, if we look at the side on camera, it looks a lot more like it's the yellow bowl, the Beresfield that's holding. That one's Dallas Crockett's. David Govan. Just going to slide underneath. Can he get a little rub in? No, he can't. That is one to Beresfield. 8-13 after 11. Matt's about 2 metres off the tee. Medium sort of length. I think David Govan might have preferred a slightly longer length. Certainly a couple of crucial matchups in this round. Some of the unbeaten teams are up against each other, so their chances of staying in that top 8 and through to the serious prize money would hinge on their results. And they may even still manage to get through with 6 wins. Oh, sorry, with 5 wins out of 6. But they need to make sure they keep their margin as tight as they can, because it will all be down to countbacks if it's equal on wins. A draw would also be a pretty fair result. This morning, 2 wins and a draw had you in the top 8. So 4 wins and a draw after 5 rounds would keep you in the top 8. Well, Adrian often looks like he's not quite got his delivery right from his reaction. This one will run right down. He's probably a little bit quick, but it's coming to a good home. Well, a couple of good bowls from Max. Do you know someone from your club deserving of recognition for their contribution? Bowls New South Wales Awards Night nominations are still open until Friday this week. The Volunteer of the Year recognises individuals who have demonstrated consistent dedication to the sport through voluntary service to their local club, region or bowling community. The Club Administrator of the Year recognises an individual in either a paid or voluntary position who has demonstrated exceptional dedication, leadership and contribution as an administrator within their club. The Community Engagement Award recognises the contribution a club has made to their local community. The Coach of the Year recognises contributions of a coach to their local club, region and or the broader bowling community. The Club Innovation Award recognises a club that has showcased creativity in its approach to engaging new members and the broader community to the delivery of our sport. So if you know your club or anyone in your club who meets those criteria or you think deserves recognition, jump on the Bowls New South Wales website, that's bowlsnsw.com.au, and check out the nomination criteria and how to nominate them to be a nominee for the Bowls New South Wales Awards Night, which of course is going to be held on the last day of October before the member conference. So the 1st of November is the member conference, and the last day of October is that evening will be the Bowls New South Wales Awards night to be held at the Wenty Leagues Club. And would you believe I just went completely blank about how many days there are in October? So the awards night will take place on Thursday, 31st of October at Wenty Leagues, a highlight of the year where we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our talented bowlers and clubs. The 23-24 season has been nothing short of spectacular, our players delivering extraordinary performance and setting new benchmarks for excellence in the sport. And the nominees for the Bowls Awards are due to be released in the very near future, so keep an eye on the Bowls New South Wales socials and website. David Govan, well, he's having a dig at this bare jack. He's almost got it. Very, very close. Carl Healey, I wonder if he'll decide that discretion would be the better part of valor here and go to the back. He might just be trying to draw a counter and not get close, not present any more target, knowing that the Governor's just had a big dip and would have to adjust to go back to drawing. And that one will be in the count. It's just close that target up a little bit. We might just open that up. We'll see the yellow bowl on the tee. Well, nearest the tee. That one is David Govan's teammate, Dallas. Looks like he's going to go again. Carl does have a bowl left. You can see that white bowl sitting in the background. Well, either side gives Carl Healey a chance to try and draw for another counter. He can sit the green bowl. It would bring another couple in, I think, and he's almost done it. I think that'll be two. Just the one. One shot to Team Healey. Adrian Vidaic is on his way down with his first delivery here. He's just going to run past. It's a good opener, though, behind the jack. To have a few of the round 5 games already completed.
I think Robbo wants to play Saturday Arvo instead of Saturday morning. Saturday morning, is that possible or not? I think so. Yeah, I'll sort it out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be right. Yeah.
And decent opener from Dallas. He's gone right back to the centre line. He's probably about a metre past. Here's the shot. Does easily beat Adrian's opening bowl. Adrian just needs a little bit more grass at about he can drop a metre and a bit. He's not dropped any weight. Depends what he hits, and he's going to hit his own bowl. 2 next to each other. So Dallas, drop a metre, don't change the grass. Well, Dallas has got a little bit of fortune there. He sat the Adrian Vidaic bowls. He is laying 2 shots, but that second one's probably not going to stay there that long as a shot. So, a fair bit more than a metre away from the jack. Although, players have just started to struggle with the wind coming up. A little bit of consistency has been lacking. Jimmy's just over a metre short, probably 1.3, 1.4. I think it's still holding 2. Max can add to that. Backhand draw. He's given it the decent grass line because he's out near that second centre line off the one we're playing on. So that should come back pretty well. Has come back very well right down to the jack. That one will be difficult to beat. James Reynolds.
You have a spare lunch ticket, one of Cooper's players lost his tickets for that.
Oh, Jamie's got a touch, but it's run away from him across to the opposition. Still 1 down. It's a good second shot, though. And David will get Max to play the backhand again. No danger. That one of Jamie Reynolds is, if not jack high, it's just past. I think Max halfway down realised that he shouldn't be chasing bowls. That wind has got a bit stronger. So Nick Cahill will be looking to get another one in there. Just hasn't quite sent it. Players just struggling to get consistency with their length on this rink at the moment. Wind really rattling the flags along the side of the green. It's not really affecting the corner flag down the other end. The Inland Petroleum and Club Dubbo banners between the 2 greens, they're flapping away, and the flags on the flagpole are certainly fluttering and standing quite proud. It is not. It's a little bit gusty, that wind as well, so having a bit of a variable effect. Nick Cahill certainly got his teammates' interest. Carl Healey, hands on knees to watch it better. He's just run into his own, turned it up a little bit. Well, they have got a chance here to draw up on that forehand side. You saw David Govan just indicate they can go a little bit narrow. He's called Jeff Doyle. To just be a little bit reaching. They've got the 3 bowls straight behind if he trails the jack. And if he just slips underneath and sits the maroon bowl of James Reynolds, it's not a bad bowl. The weight's okay for that one. Maybe not if he got the jack clean through the gate, but it's a nice big collection there near the tee for Beresfield. They might even hold 3 if it's killed and the respot comes into play. Don't think we'll see Carl having a dip for that sort of weight. He'll just play a good solid draw, maybe a foot or 2, but nothing dramatic. Two more ends after this end. Carl looking up in the backhand. He's got his own bowls on the tight line, or he can just flop off James's bowl. Oh, that reaction, I don't think it's going to... Well, he's got onto James's bowl, but still one down. Discussion about what to do. Look, let's try hitting the right button.